We're only on the YouTube, correct? Make sure you log into YouTube. Make sure you share me. Hey, have y'all noticed, do I wear this shirt a lot? I like this shirt. I just got it. My wife, she's got a lot of clothes in there. Thank you, Van. I wish I had somebody that was doing this for me. Like logging in to me and sharing me on the YouTube. What's up, Sammy? How are you? Thank you for getting on here. Make sure you do me a favor, Sam. Would you share this onto Facebook? Josh, good morning.
Morning.
Did you share this onto Facebook?
Sure did.
Jacob.
Doing it right now.
Cam, have you shared this onto Facebook?
Right now.
Van, have you shared this onto... Make sure you also leave me a comment. Let me know you're on here. If I don't see you're on here, I'll just hate you. Everybody I go up to, I just like, dude, you don't watch my show.
Yeah, I hate you
My buddy Brian Melton says, man, I'm always on there. He never says he's on here. Is he on here or is he lying to me? So, if you're wondering why I've moved this over to YouTube, this is a little information for you. I think Facebook, it's hard. You can't grow a bigger audience just on Facebook. You got to use bigger things like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not really putting much of anything out on the Facebook anymore. So we begin every morning grind with 60 seconds of gratitude. We can always find something thankful. We can always find something in our shitty life to say, you know what? At least I've got this. And today's show topic, I'm going to move into it, but where this all started, my gratitude is this. I'm thankful my wife was willing to listen to my bitching. What day did I call you? Was it Saturday or Sunday, Van?
Both, but I think mostly Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday I was really in a funk. I was really, really disappointed, not happy at all. And normally my wife, she'll just try to make me feel better about the situation. I don't need to feel better about it, okay? What I need is for her to move me to where I can make myself feel better about it. If you're telling me to feel better about it, I don't feel better about it. Move me to a spot mentally and emotionally where I'm like, well, you know what? You're right. Yeah. So I was looking at her finances, and our finances. I called up Van. I'm like, hey, Van, this is the first time I've really checked. Do you know why I haven't been checking those finances?
You don't have to worry about them.
No, the negative. No. Do you know why I didn't check those finances?
Were they lower than you wanted them to be?
I knew they were low. And they were so low, I did not want to confront that, and feel like I didn't want to confront the fear. So the other morning, I finally got on there, and man, I immediately, for whatever reason, I am wired to isolate, bitch, and complain about the problem. That is just the way I'm wired. I hate it. And I need to focus on changing it. So today's show topic, how did I word this, Van?
It all starts with commitments to your solution.
So I was watching Cardone, and my wife helped me get me out of this funk. Cardone was talking about you got to become so committed to the solution. It's so easy to bang on the problem. Bang on the problem. Bang on the problem. What does it do to your attitude, Jish, if you constantly focus on the problem?
It makes it continue to be negative.
Well, you're just feeding yourself the negativity that it's desiring.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you? So right when I was watching that, good morning, cousin Noah. Make sure you share onto Facebook, please. So as I was watching this thing of Cardone, and I think me and Van are the only ones that train. You didn't train. I mean, hell, you got all weekend to do nothing, but you didn't train. Why didn't you train?
Not committed to it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about this when we're done before our meeting this morning about the results that you're getting. But I'm sitting there and I'm going through this thing on Cardone U that it talks about attitude and what makes your attitude better. Everything begins with what you're feeding it, what you're bringing into it, what you're around. What is your attitude going to be like if all you do is watch Fox News or CNN News? What is it going to be like if all you're doing is watching some news outlet?
Shit, probably going to be negative.
Why?
Because there's a bunch of negative things happening on the news. All they talk about is bad things.
Why?
To get attention.
To get attention, and because people will sit there and watch it.
People like that.
So in my mind, I was being like CNN and Fox. I was just looking at that account. I'm looking at those expenses, and all I could do is just bitch about it. I mean, I bitched for probably 2 or 3 hours about it. Then I got back, watched. My wife started asking me some things, and she pretty much just called me out. And she's like, well, what can you do to make more money? And I'm like, well, what's the one thing you think I could do to make more money?
Sell more houses.
Specifically who?
You.
Me.
Get back in the game.
Me get back into the game. I've got to get back into the game. Now, I'm not going to compete over incoming team. I'm going to focus on going out and drumming up my own leads. I don't need the damn team leads. You know what I'm saying? I don't need those damn leads. So she was asking me questions, and as she was asking me these questions, I pivoted from a problem-focused to a solution-focused. Well, good morning, Andre. Please share the stream. I immediately shifted into how can I fix this? And as I was asking that question, more data, more solutions were coming to me about, well, what if I did this? Or I was telling my wife, imagine, if I do this, it will create this much more. I was actually starting to become excited about solving the problem, me solving it. So when I'm back at home and I'm watching Cardone, I'm asking myself, why do I always move to the pain? Why do I always move to the problem? Why is that where I spend my time? Why do I focus right there on the, thank you, Jish. Why do I always go to the problem? Why do I feel better? Why do I feel better when I can identify the problem and bitch about it and complain about it to other people? Why is that?
I think you're giving yourself some sympathy, but it's not really sympathy.
I think that's what it is. I think it's a victim. Hello, Wetterman. I think it's me moving into a victim state.
Right.
Want some pity patty. Hey, I'm doing all this. What happens to a victim?
Victimized.
Van, what happens to a victim?
They bitch and complain all the time.
They bitch and complain. What ends up happening?
They don't go their way.
What is the result that happens?
No solution.
No solutions. You're depressed.
You laugh.
Yeah, I'm live. Drew said I'm depressed. I don't think that is depressed. I think that is a perception problem. I think it's a habit.
Hey, there's power, and you have to speak what you want. And if you speak the other stuff, that's what you walk in. You walk in what you speak. We've talked that before.
We have talked about that. So this morning, for the first time in a while, I switched it. I went into how can I fix this? I was focusing on solution. Problem happens. What is the solution? Where do you decide to put your attention? Problem, solution.
Or negative, or positive.
Same thing. Well, solutions may not be positive.
May not be.
I don't care if they're positive or they're negative, but it's fixing it. The end result's going to be a better outcome. We'll call that positive, but if I got to get out and start selling houses, that ain't a positive for me. How can we look at it as?
Well, it is a positive because that's it makes you better at your craft. It makes you better at the other agents that you work with. It makes other agents see that you're doing it. So
Makes you more money.
Makes me more money. So I was talking to Hayden yesterday. I called Hayden like 2 or 3 times. I even got Hayden on the phone, and we called Drew, and then they both hung up on me. back in the day, they would love to talk to me. Now it's like, damn, he's called me again. So I was walking, I was asking, hey, how many homes? Because I don't want any of the team leads. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm like, how many houses do you think I could sell this year by myself? You know what his first answer was?
20.
Nope.
100.
250. I'm like, no, just me. Just me. How many do you think I could see? He's like, shit, you
I know
could. How many?
Maybe 3 to 5.
3 to 5. Now you're talking, weatherman. He threw 35 on me. Like, no, man, I can't. I'm not gonna do that. Number one, it will create a lot of pride if I'm selling all the houses around
You
here.
have too much other stuff to do.
Got too much stuff to do. But I've set a target. I need to do 10 deals this year. Outside of Joey, outside of Creeks Bend. I need to do 10 deals. So this is how I solved the problem. This revenue problem wasn't necessarily positive with a man. But me and my wife were talking, and she's like, well, you're just going to have to get your ass back out there. It's all hands on deck now. That's where we are.
You can't say, well, you going to get yours out there too?
Well, she said, I'll do whatever I've got to do. So I have focused now on what's the solution. So if you're asking yourself this, something pops up, how much time do you spend on the problem, identifying it, why it happened, bitching about it, complaining about it? Ooh, what does that do with man? It feels so good to identify the problem. Why don't you just shift that and focus on the solution? Van Grafton, shut this thing down. I'm solution oriented.